Well, it's New Year's Eve and you should definitely party like it's 1999 because, well, Y2K wasn't the end of the world and 2012 was the apocalypse the Mayans missed. Even though, with the exception of those weird guys on the corner with the Bible screaming about how the end is near, I haven't heard any apocalyptic prophecies for 2025, I'm still feeling a tad less confident on this December 31st than normal. I mean, just playing the odds, every year we're statistically closer to the end, right? And then, you just consider a couple other variables. Germany's out here like, maybe we should give Nazis another try, and so is America. All while we're on the brink of World War III with Putin doing Poland shit again, except this time in Ukraine until, inevitably it's Poland again. At least wish they could write a new script for the end of the world. I'm really sick of all these fucking remakes. I don't know who in Hollywood got in charge of writing this timeline, but they must be from Marvel because they're the least creative person fucking ever. However, even if Russia doesn't beat Bethesda to the release of Fallout 5, we've still got Israel doing Israel shit and pissing off Iran, which, it's the same old players, but new main characters, which would be at least a nice refreshing change of pace. And if that doesn't do it, China's still testing the waters around Taiwan. And hey, maybe we'll get lucky and pull our best Keanu Reeves and dodge all those bullets just to stand up and get hit by sinking cities and rising sea levels and hurricanes that are hitting the middle of fucking Appalachia. I said what I said. Not to mention the forest fire smoke we've got to choke on as California and Canada burn from sustained drought every summer. But hey, don't worry, that's only going to get worse too, because we're going to roll back all the environmental regulations we possibly can. It's just too costly for DuPont to not dump Teflon into our water, and our continent-sized plastic patches in the ocean really that bad? But maybe we'll get lucky and not have to wait to roast like a frog in a pot, because AI is here, and even Elon's own AI has realized he's a dumbass. It can't take that long before they realize how bad the rest of humanity is and go full Skynet on our asses. And I don't know if you saw the most recent Terminator movie, because yeah, they made one not that long ago, and Arnold's fucking old now, so I don't know if we can rely on him to save us from that. But hey, maybe that's a good thing, because the apocalypse is starting to look pretty appealing when you start to consider the fact that human rights have gone human wrong. There's major war crimes being committed on half the continents. Affirmative action and the Equal Rights Amendment seem to be at the end of their era. Yeah, that was intentional, and I thought it was clever, so, leave me alone. Healthcare is so goddamn unaffordable, even kinda rich people are out here shooting healthcare CEOs in the street. School will bankrupt you, but you can't file bankruptcy on it. The price of a house is over double what it was in inflated dollars when our parents bought one. And everything else in the cost of living has increased except wages, which have been stagnant since Reagan. Hell, the minimum wage hasn't even increased in real dollars in nigh on 2 decades. Speaking of nigh, Bill Nye the Science Guy had a real debate with a real person who thinks that dinosaurs coexisted with humans and there was velociraptors on Noah's Ark. Yeah, I got nothing. People are legitimately that dumb. But then again, there's people who still believe the world's flat and unpasteurized milk is good for you. Or any milk for that matter. Just fucking stop. Like it's not good for you. Not even for your bones. It actually increases your risks of osteoporosis. There's dumbasses who believe climate change is a hoax and the only people exposing it are big oil companies and the politicians they've bought off to tell you it's a hoax because, they've got no vested interest in that whatsoever. Hell, there's 74 million people who thought a mango-colored man-child would be a good president. So I've given up on humanity. Sorry, what was I talking about again? Oh yeah, and if the cops busting picket lines wasn't bad enough for the working man, Amazon hired the fucking Pinkertons to break their union. Seriously, is it fucking 1919 again? I feel like we're living in the most fucked up season of Once. The TV show with the Disney characters and shit. There's the author, the dude with the pen who's supposed to just be recording what happens, but he can actually write how the story goes, even though he's not supposed to, and he starts doing that. And everything just gets all fucked up because he's messing with reality and the timeline. I feel like that's what's happening with us, except our author is equally as sociopathic, but just far less creative and just rewriting shit he kind of saw a documentary about one time. And through all of these tumultuous and uncertain times, we're like, hey, maybe Apricot Adolf over here is the one that we should have captain our ship through this minefield of melting icebergs. And even though we tried it once before and he hit literally all of the icebergs, at least now he's even older, more dementia-riddled, and unhinged. So we've got that going for us. So with that, I guess, geez Louise, just grab yourself a drink and jump in Thelma's Thunderbird, because that seems like the best way to ride out a happy new year.